Now on CoastTV News.
It's a pleasant start to our Monday. We have temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Humidity levels have been comfortable, but they'll increase this week with more hot weather by the end of the week and some storms too. Your forecast details coming up.
Election finance audit, the increasing scrutiny for Lieutenant Governor Bethany Hall Long and her attempt to win the Democratic primary for governor.
Waterworks nearing an end in Ocean City, the fix that's expected to make boating easier in that area.
Collapse controversy continues 4 months after this tragic scene in Baltimore. We have the update on the investigations and the next step to rebuild the Key Bridge.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Paige Marley. It is Monday, July 29th, 2024.
And we're going to get to this a little bit more detailed in a moment, but just had to point out it was a pretty successful weekend for Team USA in Paris.
Definitely, yeah. We're doing pretty well, so hopefully to keep that momentum going, and it's been pretty fun. I always want to give a shout out to my girl, Katie Ledecky.
Yes.
You know, Marylander, so, you know.
Maryland.
Yes.
Maryland pride.
Exactly. Who else do we have from Delmarva there?
That's a good question.
We'll work on that.
Yeah.
We'll find
I know
out.
there's plenty from the DMV, as they call it, but the D in the DMV stands for DC.
That's right.
Some people say it's Delaware, and I always have to chuckle on that one.
No. That's Delmarva. Yeah, the DMV is different. As someone from the DMV, don't get that twisted. But we are going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. Now, Bob, did you catch any of the games this weekend, or were you too busy enjoying the weather?
We were enjoying the weather and also doing some yard work since the weather cooperated for the first time in a while. And now we're seeing some radar activity showing up, maybe a little bit of shower activity across the eastern shore, maybe around Ocean View, seeing a sprinkle there, and then from Denton down to Sharptown, a little farther south, maybe a sprinkle for the eastern shore. But then we've got this line of showers and storms moving out of Virginia that could clip Crisfield down to Cape Charles. So watch out if you're headed south, maybe towards the Newport News area. We do have some clouds moving into Delmarva and Delaware. We've got this area of low pressure spinning over Long Island. So rain here in southern New England. And some of those clouds are making their way into our region and kicking off a few showers as well. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s right now. And we've got a southerly breeze, so the humidity is picking up. And we could see that spotty shower this morning, maybe some storms farther south. Otherwise, it's a mix of sun and cloud today. Breezy, upper 80s later on with 70s and 80s at the coast, and pretty warm and muggy into this evening. And pack the sunscreen, at least SPF 30. Very high on the UV range. It's an 8 burn time, 15 minutes. And besides tomorrow, it's the very high range Wednesday through Friday. So SPF 30 plus, midday shade, limit time outdoors, and avoid the sun if you can from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. We have an update on that large park fire in California. It has now burned 350,000 acres, the largest wildfire currently burning in California. That's destroyed more than 65 structures along with it. However, firefighters have now achieved 10% containment. It might not sound a lot, but that's after zero containment for 3 days. According to authorities, the park fire was started on Wednesday by a man who pushed a flaming vehicle into a gully. It was filled with dry brush.
We're going to take a live look now at the Eiffel Tower of all places. Beautiful day there in Paris, it looks like. Of course, there, the 2024 Paris Olympics will continue today with events like basketball, beach volleyball, and boxing, all happening today.
Yeah, and fans took in the Olympic Games at one of the many fan zones around Paris on Sunday. One of them, here's the scene here in the square of Paris City Hall. You're able to watch at some 20 free Clubs 2024 festivity sites set up for the Olympics and Paralympic Games. Fan zones have large screen broadcasts of the events, as well as workshops and activities around sport and culture.
And don't forget, tonight you can tune into CoastTV News for the Olympic Zone. It's a show that features a daily summary and a showcase of up-to-the-minute Olympics content. There's some really cool behind-the-scenes content that sets the stage for the most important action every night of the Games. It's all happening exclusively on CoastTV News at 7:30 during the Games.
And this summer, Special Olympics Delaware hosting its annual summer camps. More than 55 athletes and dozens of counselors are attending each session as the organization celebrates its 23rd summer of offering the traditional camp experience. Summer Olympics Delaware says summer camp is one of the most anticipated events of the year for athletes of various ages and abilities. And this annual summer camp, it's going to take place next month at Camp Barnes in Frankfurt.
Well, we all remember in late March the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. We're going to remind you what that looked like right there on your screen. Yeah, there it is, that devastating day. Now just 4 months after the collapse, the Maryland Transportation Authority holding a public hearing to discuss the demolition of that bridge. This hearing is going to be held at the Baltimore County Public Library Thursday, August 1st. It's from 4:30 until 7:30. Written comments about the bridge will be accepted until August 15th.
Bethany Hall-Long, the lieutenant governor, Democratic candidate for governor, has responded to a forensic audit by Delaware's Department of Elections.
Yeah, according to the audit, there were significant irregularities in the campaign finances for the Sussex County native.
The audit found that Hall-Long and her husband received $33,000 more than reported as a loan to her campaign, with her husband Dana Long misreporting numerous checks totaling just under $300,000.
Hall-Long said, quote, "Our family has loaned the campaign more money than we have been reimbursed, and we have forgiven that remaining loan balance."
A rival candidate, Democrat Matt Meyer, criticized Hall-Long's financial oversight while Hall-Long defended her practices.
The audit's findings have intensified calls for campaign finance reform in Delaware from the Attorney General's office.
Some well-needed dredging underway in Ocean City. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has been running the operation since last week right outside a docking point in West Ocean City. According to some boaters around the area, shallow water's been a long-time issue. Some boats even get stuck if they don't know the right way to travel in or out of the waterway. And one boater we spoke to says this work will make everyone's lives a little easier.
A lot of people like to fish out there, and with a narrow channel and bigger boats and stuff, it does have a challenging time getting in and out and still trying to do it safely and whatnot. So widening and dredging will make a huge difference, especially with safety going in and out.
And if everything goes to plan, the last day of dredging should be tomorrow, July 30th.
Ocean City is just one of several coastal communities either taking on a dredging project or looking to begin one. About a month ago, Fenwick Island approved a contractor to dredge Little Assawoman Bay. Total cost for this project estimated $2.3 million. Lewis is looking to dredge the boat slips at Canal Front Park and for private marinas.
Today is the start of the Senior League Softball World Series in Roxana. This is under the umbrella of Little League. This will be the 19th time Lower Sussex County is hosting the World Series. The girls participating are in the 13 to 16-year-old age range, and there will be 6 teams from the United States, 4 that are international. The week-long World Series concludes next Sunday, August 4th, with the championship game.
Also happening today, a clear sign summer is coming to an end. The Milton Library will hold its final Little Explorers Book Club of the summer. This program goes from 10:30 to 11:30. The Dinosaur Lady by Linda Skiers will be discussed, so you'll want to read that before you go. The suggested ages for this program are 4 to 7.
Less than a week before people in Fenwick Island determine town leadership, town council election is scheduled for this upcoming weekend. 4 candidates vying for 3 open seats. To vote in person, the town hall will be open from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And for people who cannot make it in person, you can request an absentee ballot from the town's hall clerk, but that must be received by noon on August 2nd. With less than 100 days to the presidential election, former President Trump on the campaign trail, still attacking President Biden, but also turning his focus to his likely opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris.
Yeah, Vice President Harris also on the campaign trail now, ranking in support and donations, as we could be just days away from finding out who her running mate will be. NBC's Bree Jackson shows us the approach from each candidate as the days until the election are winding down.
Former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris ramping up their rhetoric on the campaign trail.
We have a brand new victim. And honestly, she's a radical left lunatic.
Some of what he and his running mate are saying, well, it's just plain weird.
Both say they are willing to face off on the debate stage over issues like the economy and the U.S. southern border. The Trump campaign won't agree to a date until the Democratic Party officially taps its presidential nominee at the convention next month. Harris plans to unveil her running mate before then.
Whoever she picks as a running mate, I think we have the edge because President Trump's governing agenda actually worked for the American people.
Those on the VP shortlist are making their case to voters.
The vice president is the strongest messenger out there for reproductive freedom. She is a warrior.
This, my friends, this is an election about real freedom, an election with clear contrast, and an election that now falls in your hands.
I would do what is in the best interest of the country.
New battleground state polls have the Harris-Trump matchup at a dead heat, with the two tied in Michigan and Pennsylvania. Trump inside the margin of error with a 1-point lead in Wisconsin, and Harris leading Trump in Minnesota by 6 points outside the margin of error. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
There's still more news to get to in this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, Wealthy Wellness Grant will tell you about the new funding that will help Delaware State University.
Also ahead, open spaces open for auction. The latest effort to raise $8 million needed to protect the nature in Lewis.
And haunting highway history, the latest crash on a busy road that sent 2 children to the hospital, and also the history of this road with crashes. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
It's a shorebird summer on the Delmarva Sports Network. Watch America's favorite pastime live. From the first crack of the bat, to the big plays, to the roar of the crowd. Experience every moment as it happens on the Delmarva Sports Network. Your Delmarva Shorebirds battle the Myrtle Beach Pelicans Tuesday through Friday at 7. Tune in for these action-packed games live only on the Delmarva Sports Network.
Feeling the summer sizzle? Is it turning your home into a sauna? At FH Fur, we know you can't wait when your AC is down for the count. That's why we're offering same-day service, guaranteed. If we don't make it to you the very same day, you will pay a diagnostic or dispatch fee, plain and simple. So whether your AC is blowing hot air, your thermostat is on the fritz, or your entire system needs replacing, an FH Fur expert technician will bring your comfort back today.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
The beach, the yard work, road trips. You need a vacation from summer vacation. And all you really want is a good night's sleep in your own bed. But is it comfortable? Find your dream mattress at Out & Brothers Home Furnishings. Memory foam, inner spring, pull top, pillow top, adjustable base. The perfect mattress to fit every body and every budget. With payments as low as $19 a month. That's less than taking the family out for ice cream. And mama needs a new mattress. From Out & Brothers. Furnishing Delmarva for over 75 years.
Here at the Delmarva Sports Network, we know sports is more than a game. It's about your teams in your town coming together to celebrate, bringing sports to life, and creating bonds that last a lifetime. At DSN, we're proud to capture that spirit, plus the dedication and passion of your athletes. That's why DSN was awarded Outstanding Year-Round Local Sports Coverage. We're honored to be part of your team's journey. Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams.
It is 6:13 on our Monday morning. Looking a little overcast in Milford right now in our Bay Health cam, and a little hazy too. And on radar, we do have a few showers showing up across the eastern shore, about to make their way into Delaware. They're very, very light, maybe a sprinkle around Ocean View as well. You can see those showers there. Also a line of showers and storms from just north and west of Crisfield, and these could be moving into the southern tip of Delmarva with some heavier rain and a little bit of lightning. And then farther to our north and east is an area of low pressure, and that's pushing some clouds in as we go through the morning. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Here's your golf forecast for today. Should remain dry, but it is going to be muggy with sun and clouds. A temperature around 88, but feeling like close to 90 with the humidity.
This morning, Delaware State Police will continue to gather information from a large crash that occurred Friday on Route 1. Now, on your screen, this is the area where it happened. It's where Conaway Road intersects with Coastal Highway. This is an area known for several crashes and even more near misses. And here is what we know about this one so far. Police say Friday around 9 a.m. a Volkswagen was driving north on Route 1 trying to cross onto Conaway. At that same time, a Ford Ranger driving south on the highway, and troopers say the Volkswagen pulled directly in front of the Ranger going south, and the car was hit. 2 6-year-old children were in that Volkswagen. They had to be airlifted to the hospital with serious injuries. Neither of the drivers were hurt, but the 20-year-old passenger in the Ranger was also taken to the hospital. The entire 5 Points area and Conaway specifically, it's been home to dozens of accidents, many of them proved deadly, including one where 3 family members were killed on Christmas Eve in 2022. That was at the Route 9 intersection. And just 2 weeks before that, 2 women were killed at the curve on Minas Conaway. To try to help, DelDOT installed a light at the intersection of Minas Conaway and Route 9 back in November. But again, just this past week, a Maryland woman was hurt in a crash on Route 9 just west of that road.
A closely watched inflation gauge is inching closer to the Federal Reserve's 2% target. The Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, it slowed to 2.5% for the 12 months that ended in June. On a monthly basis, the price index increased by 0.1%, which also landed in line with expectations. The data is fueling optimism that a rate cut could be announced at the Fed's next meeting. Well, people aren't popping champagne bottles quite like they used to. The world's leading luxury group, Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, reported a 15% drop in champagne sales for the first half of 2024. That number was compared to last year's sales. LVMH executives, they blame some unhappy customers. They say maybe the current global situation concerning politics and the economy could also be a factor. Still ahead this morning, some open spaces open for auction. The local artists that came out to raise money to reach the multi-million-dollar goal in Lewis.
It is looking a little cloudy now in Cambridge as we overlook a marina, and we could be seeing a few sprinkles or showers this morning, especially west and south Delaware. Otherwise, increasing humidity this week and hot temperatures by the end of the week. We will have some chances for showers and storms. Your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes.
Download the free CoastTV First Alert Weather app today.
Welcome to Farmhouse Pet Lodge, your pet's home away from home. Our state-of-the-art secure lodge offers exceptional care for dogs, cats, and other pets. For daycare or boarding with private suites, custom food prep, UV air filtration, centralized disinfection, and 24/7 care. Your pet will be safe, healthy, and happy. Book now and get 10% off your first stay. Ask about our grooming services and tailored training programs. Give your furry friends an amenity-filled vacation at our family-owned, conveniently located Farmhouse Pet Lodge.
Come to Out in the Light, where your treasure awaits.
Nestled in the heart of America's coolest small town, Out in Delights is not just your average gift shop, but where you can go for extraordinary finds, carrying items such as nautical decor, vintage vinyl, jewelry, holiday decor year-round, souvenirs, and toys. Don't forget to add a little fun to your shopping by checking out Zoltar or our penny crushing machine. Find what delights you at Out in Delights on Main Street in Berlin, across the street from the Mermaid Museum.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Right now, pet dander, skin cells, mold spores, pollen, and dirt are being sucked into your air ducts. Get cleaner air and system efficiency now with Stanley Steamer. For over 75 years, we've continually engineered our equipment and processes to deep clean your entire home. Your air ducts aren't clean until they're Stanley Steamer clean.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
We are approaching 6:19 on this Monday morning, and we're going to go live now to Ocean View. You can see the sun trying to get through some of those clouds there on the upper right corner of that shot there. Bob, you've been tracking, you have your eye on a shower that's making its way somewhere across the peninsula.
Yeah, we've got some of those showers now, Matt, across the eastern shore and a bit of storminess across the southern tip of Delmarva. But most of us seeing cloudy skies, a little bit of sun peeking through, and you see a little bit of shower activity right along the state line of Maryland and Delaware right now. So Bridgeville, Seaford, farther south, could definitely be maybe getting some sprinkles with time. The rest of us are dry across the rest of Delaware, but there is another area of showers and storms moving out of Virginia, and it could clip Crisfield with some rain and lightning, and then farther south towards Cape Charles and the Bridge Tunnel, and this is drifting off to the south and east. So that's the activity we're watching here. There is a storm spinning over Long Island and southern New England with a big area of rain here, and some of those clouds are rotating into Delmarva, and a little bit of moisture as well with some of those showers, and then more showers across the Ohio Valley, but they're kind of having a hard time getting here, and it'll take a little while. Here's our muggy meter as we go through time, and of course it was comfortable this weekend, and now we're looking at humid conditions the next few days, maybe even very humid at times as we go into Wednesday, and then by the end of the weekend to the weekend, very humid to miserable range. Yeah, and with that, a lot of heat too, but not too bad this morning. We're in the 60s and low 70s out the door. 73 Bethany Beach, Lewis 72, and right now Georgetown, you're at 70 degrees, and we've got a wind coming out of the southwest, so we could see that spotty shower storm, especially west and south of Delaware. Otherwise, we're looking at a mix of sun and clouds today, and it warms up into the upper 80s later on this afternoon. It will be breezy with 70s and 80s at the coast, and increasingly humid as well, and pretty mild this evening with partly cloudy skies. Could see a stray shower overnight into the morning hours. Otherwise, temperatures in the 70s, and maybe a spotty isolated shower or storm tomorrow, but breezy out of the south as we go into your afternoon, and temperatures a little cooler because of the cloud cover with mid-80s, and then some showers into the evening hours. Maybe some brief heavy rain. Those could linger into early Wednesday. It does clear out by Wednesday afternoon, and it gets hot, upper 80s and lower 90s inland, 70s and 80s at the coast. And as far as the rain goes, the next several days, maybe a quarter to a half an inch, maybe more in your rain gauge if you get under one of those storms. Feels like temperatures by Wednesday, mid-90s, feeling like close to 100 by Thursday, and then about 105 to 107 on Friday. Dangerous heat as we head into your Friday. Paul Davis 7-day forecast definitely looks like summer. 88 today, 84 on Tuesday, hit and miss storms, close to 90 Wednesday, and then lower 90s Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Maybe some storms Friday into the upcoming weekend as it looks like August is starting kind of muggy, warm, and a little stormy.
All right, thanks, Bob. Open spaces in Lewis. It's a topic that we've talked about recently, and the Open Space Alliance campaign working to raise $8 million by September of 2025. This would go towards buying this century located chunk of undeveloped land in the middle of Lewis. It does take a lot of fundraisers and donations, though, to get to that $8 million needed. So Saturday, they held an Art for Open Space, an art auction with 100% of the sales going to the 4th Street Preserve campaign. Tony Boyd Herron's the owner of the Peninsula Gallery, and he says this is a cause he is passionate about.
The number of people who will get the opportunity to use the space once it's been purchased, and obviously the birds and the animals and all that sort of thing will have a place to go.
Well, I hope we'll have a good turnout. It's perfect weather, and so hopefully we'll get not only the guests here at the inn to visit the show and perhaps purchase, but local people who are in town or passing through to come and enjoy the show.
And the goal of the Open Spaces organization is to ultimately get that $8 million as they look to protect the 29 acres of open land.
Coming up next, Wealthy Wellness Grant. We're showing you a new grant for Delaware State University and how it'll help older adults. Don't go anywhere.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism, somewhere to smile about.
Do you feel like good customer service is a thing of the past? Achieving a top-notch lawn and healthy plants can be stress-free when it's with a company you can trust. I'm Richie with AC Plant and Turf, where we make it easy. When you call us, you'll speak directly to someone who cares about your needs. Timely service is our priority. Our experienced team is committed to resolving your questions or concerns quickly. Experience the simplicity and convenience of our service. Don't wait. Take the first step towards a beautiful lawn and landscape and call AC Plant and Turf today.
Signs of poor eyesight aren't always clear to us. At Wink Vision Center, we provide the best possible standard of care to discover the signs and improve your vision. Our eye exams are fast, easy, and comfortable to ensure you and your family can see clearly as soon as possible. Shop the finest selection of designer frames from Tiffany to Vera Wang, Maui Jim, and Urkers. Need an appointment? We can get you in as soon as the next day. The choice is clear. Wink Vision, Ocean City and Cambridge.
The beach, the yard work, road trips. You need a vacation from summer vacation. And all you really want is a good night's sleep in your own bed. But is it comfortable? Find your dream mattress at Alton Brothers Home Furnishings. Memory foam, inner spring, cool top, pillow top, adjustable base. The perfect mattress to fit every body and every budget. With payments as low as $19 a month. That's less than taking the family out for ice cream. And mama needs a new mattress. From Alton Brothers. Furnishing Delmarva for over 75 years.
In our coastal communities, every wave has a tale. CoastTV brings these stories home, from the smallest shell in Ocean City to the lighthouse in Lewis. What happens here matters. Every moment, every detail is a chapter in our shared story. We're your neighbors, your friends, woven into the very sands of our community. Our stories are your stories, reflecting the heart and soul of our coastal life. CoastTV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
A big announcement for geriatric from the Milford Wellness Village, a $5 million grant set to help Delaware State University's Wesley College of Health and Behavioral Science support geriatric workforce education program. The money is coming from U.S. Health and Human Services. Team members from Delaware State University's Adult Continued Education Workforce explain what this money means to them.
I think it's a great opportunity for the state of Delaware, and certainly in assisting. I live in a 55 and over community, so I know the importance of just having those services for individuals who may be able to afford it or individuals that can't. So hopefully with some of this money it can go towards, supporting those seniors who don't have as much finances.
U.S. Senator Tom Carper's office says the money is in response to Delaware's aging population and gaps in the healthcare workforce.
And we're joined again by First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. Humidity is ramping up again, Bob, no matter what side of the peninsula you're on today.
It's the East Coast, guys. You get a little reprieve from the humidity for a few days, and then it's back to the warm and sticky and poofy hair for some. All right, here's our beach forecast. Chincoteague and Assateague. You're warming up to around 80 in Chincoteague and maybe a spot shower this morning. Assateague, you're looking at a mix of sun and clouds in upper 70s. Rip current threat is low, but UV index is high, so watch out for that. Otherwise, we're looking at Fenwick Island and Ocean City. Mix of sun and clouds, a little cooler in Ocean City, close to 80, but I think you're in the lower 80s for Fenwick Island. Next 3 days in Cambridge, dry today, but a better chance of storms Tuesday and Wednesday. By Wednesday, close to 90, and you're in the 80s the next 3 days in Crisfield with hit and miss showers and storms. You could get clipped by some of those showers and storms this morning with more humidity and heat on the way. And more in your forecast coming up in the second half hour.
Thank you. Also coming up after the break, Civil Rights Act anniversary, the president's plans to mark the celebration today.
Also, keeping up with the Key Bridge, we have the latest news in the Key Bridge collapse as it continues to move forward from that disaster.
And wildfire attacking thousands of acres. We're giving you an update on the devastating California wildfire and what authorities say about current containment. CoastTV News Today. We'll be right back.
Enjoy some family time with America's pastime at the Delmarva Shorebirds. When you're here, everything inside is fair ball. Your favorite treats, craft beers, fireworks every Saturday, and the best giveaways. Tickets start at just $15 to see the O Stars of Tomorrow on Delmarva today. Save time. Buy tickets online at theshorebirds.com.
Muscle pain slowing you down? Invest in your health and wellness with Hot Spring Spas at Delaware Hot Tub Company in Lewis. Made with top-of-the-line technologies for a remarkable hydrotherapy experience. Clean and easy, 5 times the filtration and self-monitoring that tells you what it needs to maintain natural-feeling water. With personalized control and multi-level seating to target muscle groups and provide comfort. At Delaware Hot Tub Company, we believe your hot tub should take care of you, not the other way around. Visit Delaware Hot Tub Company in Lewis today.
Peninsula Home Care proudly serves the beautiful communities of Delaware and Maryland. With a team of compassionate nurses, therapists, and social work at your service. We are here to help you regain your strength and independence right in the comfort of your home. Our team actively engages in our community, including ongoing education with our partners. From hospital to home, Peninsula Home Care is your hometown home care, right by your side since 1985.
At Coast Country, we're more than just music. We're a part of Delmarva's heart. Every month, Coast Country Cares, together with Spicer Brothers, steps up to serve our community. We're here helping local organizations and supporting our neighbors all year round. Join us in making a difference. Stay tuned to learn where we'll be next or visit coastcountry.com to see how you can be a part of our mission. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers, because we're Delmarva proud.
Now on Coast TV News.
It's a mainly dry start to our Monday with temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Humidity levels have been comfortable, but they'll increase this week with more hot weather by the end of the week and some storms too. I'll have your forecast details coming up.
Bridge rebuild, the status in the effort to reopen a large highway in Baltimore after this tragic collapse of the Key Bridge in March.
Campaign funding focus, the latest financial issues for Delaware Democratic gubernatorial candidate Bethany Hall Long.
Firefighter breakthrough, the progress being made in this large wildfire out west.
This is Coast TV News Today.
July 29th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Yeah, we're approaching 6:31 on this Monday morning, and Bob just told us, get ready to get sticky with that humidity.
Yeah, he said if your hair poofs out, be careful. And I'm like...
When he said, I looked at you and you said that.
I'm like, are you just say my name, Bob. Just call me out, because I know you're talking about me.
I'm not calling you out, but when I do see like a can of hairspray that says like frizz free, you know, I think of women with longer hair because, you know, it gets poofy sometimes with the humidity. It's just a fact of life. And we are seeing humidity and even a few showers possible. Some sprinkles may be moving into Bridgeville and Seaford. Nothing heavy there, but we're watching that moving out of the eastern shore. And I've been tracking this area of showers and storms out of eastern Virginia. It could clip Crisfield with some rain here shortly, then farther south towards Cape Charles. Maybe some heavy rain and vivid lightning with that. Otherwise, we're just seeing clouds rotating in from a system to our north. You can see this spinning over Long Island and southern New England, and this is kind of pinwheeling some clouds and a little bit of moisture our way as we go through today, but not a lot of steady rain. We're looking at temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Right now, the wind's out of the southwest, and we're in and out of the clouds, and we could see a few of those sprinkles from that system to our north and east. Otherwise, by noon, mostly cloudy, muggy and warm, mid to upper 80s by the afternoon, 70s at the beaches, and breezy and pretty mild as we go into this evening. If you're taking the ferry over to Cape May, bring a raincoat just in case you get sprinkled on a little bit. 70s and then eventually 80s later this morning, and a breezy southwest wind.
Thank you so much. We have an update now on that large park fire in California. There it is right there. It's now burned 350,000 acres, the largest wildfire currently burning in California. It's destroyed more than 65 structures along with it. Firefighters have now achieved 10% containment, a big accomplishment after zero containment for 3 days. According to authorities, the park fire was started on a Wednesday by a man who pushed a flaming vehicle into a gully filled with dried brush.
We're now taking a live look at the Olympic Village in Paris. Got a great shot there. Looks like they're having a great day. Eiffel Tower in the background. The Olympics continuing with events like basketball, beach volleyball, and boxing. That is scheduled today, and fans took in the Olympic Games at one of the many fan zones around Paris on Sunday. We're going to show you the scene of the square of Paris City Hall. Some 20 free Clubs 2024 festivity sites set up for the Olympics and Paralympic Games. Fan zones featured large screen broadcasts of the events as well as workshops and activities around sport and culture.
And don't forget, tonight you can tune into Coast TV News for the Olympic Zone. This is a show that features a daily summary and a showcase of up-to-the-minute Olympics content. There's some cool behind-the-scenes content. It sets the stage for the most important action every night of those games. All this happening exclusively on Coast TV News at 7:30 during the games.
Got an update in the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse story. It was back at end of March, that this tragic scene unfolded in Baltimore. And now, just 4 months after the collapse, the Maryland Transportation Authority is holding a public hearing to discuss the demolition of the bridge. This will be held at the Baltimore County Public Library on Thursday, August 1st from 4:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And written comments about the bridge will be accepted until August 15th.
Bethany Hall Long, Lieutenant Governor and Democratic candidate for governor, has responded to a forensic audit by Delaware's Department of Elections.
Yeah, according to the audit, there were some significant irregularities in her campaign finances.
Yeah, the audit found that Hall Long and her husband received $33,000 more than reported as a loan to her campaign, with her husband, Dana Long, misreporting numerous checks totaling just under $300,000.
Hall Long said, quote, "Our family has loaned the campaign more money than we've been reimbursed, and we have forgiven that remaining loan balance," end quote.
Rival candidate Matt Myers criticized Hall Long's financial oversight, while Hall Long has defended her practices.
And the audit's findings have intensified calls for campaign finance reform in Delaware from the Attorney General's office. Also happening today, getting a clear sign that summer is coming to an end. The Milton Library will be holding its final Little Explorers Book Club of the summer. This program will go from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. The Dinosaur Lady by Linda Skeers. That will be the book discussed. So if you're going to attend, better make sure you read it before you go there. The suggested ages for this program are 4 to 7.
Happening now, today, it marks the 60th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act. President Biden will travel to Austin, Texas to mark the momentous occasion at the Lyndon B. Johnson Presidential Library. It was back in 1964 when then-President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the landmark legislation into law that prohibited discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin.
Activists and supporters came out for the Call National Day of Mourning on Sunday. People who attended rallies and vigils across the country are demanding justice for Sonia Massey.
The 36-year-old was killed by a sheriff's deputy in her own home after calling 911 for help earlier this month. Amy Kiley shows us the massive support her death is now garnering.
Say their name.
Activists across the country are calling for justice for Sonia Massey, declaring yesterday a national day of mourning.
That situation that happened is just unbelievable, that young lady was killed in her house like that.
Former Sangamon County Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson is charged with murder for Massey's death. Officials say he was in her home near Springfield, Illinois, because she had called 911 for help. Body cam video shows her taking boiling water off the stove and him firing his weapon.
She called for help, and instead she was gunned down in her home. And I felt that. There's so many people here, I think, who looked at it and said, that should not be happening in 2024.
Many rallygoers say the shooting adds to their desire for police reform.
We want to stand in solidarity with her family and demand the passage of the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act.
The Justice Department says it's looking into the shooting. Tonight, it's facilitating a community healing and listening session in Springfield. Activists say the country needs to ensure a shooting like this does not happen again.
We can no longer tolerate the indiscriminate killing of our sisters and brothers.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Still more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up on CoastTV News today, we're talking pets for the 2024 Paris Olympics. A new deal from the Brandywine Valley SPCA could mean you get to bring home a new pet.
Also, Mount Castle magic, how the former shorebird helped lead the Orioles to a win at the Yards. Stay with us on CoastTV News today.
What am I going to do with all these plants?
Boys, these plants need style.
Come on, let's boogie. Let's find something funky, fun, and fabulous at the Pottery Place in Fenwick Island, your one-stop shop for the most unique decor on the shore, with the largest selection of pottery, art, gifts, furniture, houseware, novelties, and more.
Looking for something special?
Special orders and free local delivery are available.
That's just spiffy.
The Pottery Place in Fenwick Island, Delaware, a family tradition for over 50 years.
Experience delicious excitement at Hopkins Farm Creamery, with award-winning farm fresh ice cream and a great atmosphere that's fun for the whole family. Play some games while you enjoy your ice cream treat with some great company. Then grab some quarts and pints and bring the magical flavor of Hopkins Farm Creamery home. And if you need something for a special occasion, we also have ice cream cakes and pies. Hopkins Farm Creamery, the sweet destination for the whole family.
Oh, porches.
Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would
So they're
say-
made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would
And
go-
they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think
And
so.
they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out?
And
And the
so-
custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
It's a shorebird summer on the Delmarva Sports Network. Watch America's favorite pastime live. From the first crack of the bat, to the big plays, to the roar of the crowd. Experience every moment as it happens on the Delmarva Sports Network. Your Delmarva Shorebirds battle the Myrtle Beach Pelicans Tuesday through Friday at 7. Tune in for these action-packed games live only on the Delmarva Sports Network.
6:40 on our Monday morning, looking at mostly cloudy skies and Laurel, some peaks of blue and some darker skies as well. And parts of Delmarva are seeing maybe a few sprinkles, weakening showers through Seaford and Bridgeville, maybe a sprinkle there. They were coming out of the eastern shore a little stronger. And I have been watching this cluster of showers, and it looks like some thunderstorms too that could clip Crisfield down towards Cape Charles as well as they move to the southeast. Otherwise, we're watching this big swirl over Long Island and southern New England with clouds over us, but the rain with us mainly stays to our north and east as we have temperatures out the door in the 60s and 70s. And on the golf course today, I purposely missed this putt. Yes, that's true. In the good category because of the humidity, it's not excellent. 88. Make sure you have plenty of water and call the CoastTV First Alert weather phone for an updated forecast. It's sponsored by Baird, Mendalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
Thank you so much. Happening today for pizza lovers, the Brian Allen Stevenson School of Excellence hosting a Dine to Donate event at all the Delaware Pizza King locations. This event happening today, and to participate, just visit any Pizza King in the state, and you need that coupon you're seeing on your screen that way, right? I'm trying to point to it that way. It's flipped if you can't tell. There we go. A percentage will be donated back to the school to support their family fun nights. All right, now in Georgetown to get into the Olympic spirit, Brandywine SPCA hosting a $24 adoption special, all in celebration of course, 2024 Paris Olympics. The Go for Gold weekend special run all the way until the end of the Olympic Games. So get this, all adult cats over 6 months old, all adult dogs over 1 year have reduced adoption fees of $24. Special runs each Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of the Olympics.
All right, well, speaking of dogs, we're going to talk about the dog days of summer for the Orioles. Coming into Sunday's series finale against the Padres, the Birds, Baltimore, they had dropped 5 of their last 6, including the first 2 against San Diego. Orioles attempting to avoid being swept, also maintain their lead in the American League East. So we're going to go to the 3rd inning. Orioles are up at this point 1-0. Bases loaded for Ryan O'Hearn, and he delivers. Former Shorebird Colton Cowser scores. This makes it a 2-0 game. And the very next batter, Ryan Mountcastle, goes opposite field. Gunnar Henderson in. He crosses the plate, as does Anthony Santerre. 4-0 Orioles. Mr. Splash in left field doing a splashy thing. And the Padres, they would close the gap to 1 run when in the 8th. Another big hit here by Mountcastle. A 4 RBI day for Ryan Mountcastle. Give him 50 now on the season. Got dicey at the end, but the Orioles, they do get the win. It's the 2nd straight series the Phillies have dropped to a team from the American League Central. Jose Alvarado gives up a solo shot in the 7th. That proved to be the game winner. Got the same score 4-3 in St. Louis as the Nationals could not get the sweep of the Cardinals. Dylan Florial gave up a Paul Goldschmidt home run in the bottom of the 9th. In the Carolina League, the Shorebirds ended their road trip on a positive note. Jake Cunningham in the 6th drives home 2 runs with a single up the middle. Shorebirds hold on for a 3-2 win, and they are off today, and then they open a homestand at Purdue tomorrow night against Myrtle Beach.
And taking a look at the tunnel and razor cam right now, some clouds over Delaware Bay, sailboats ready to go. Good day for sailing. It will be breezy, and that will increase the humidity, and it's going to be warm to hot for the week ahead, and temperatures by the end of the week pretty toasty. We will have some shower and storm chances. I'll have your full forecast details in 2 minutes.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
Wow, it's so much bigger than you realize. East Coast Tile and Flooring has the largest selection of tile from around the world. And they are the only Dow Tile Premier showroom on the shore.
They have the knowledge and expertise to assist architects, designers, and homeowners, and are fully licensed to take on any job from start to finish. Family owned and operated since 1947. Call East Coast Tile and Flooring today for a design consultation.
Rules don't apply when it comes to designing your home or business's interior. At Mood Design Studio, we break away from typical design norms to craft one-of-a-kind spaces that belong on the pages of a magazine. Choose from a bold selection of exclusive wallpaper designs and fabrics, plus a curated selection of furniture, making any room a showstopper. Need guidance? We'll assist you in planning your space's scope and budget for a streamlined, stress-free experience. For a complimentary consultation, visit Mood Design Studio in Lewis today.
Show a hard-working woman in your life the appreciation they deserve with Working Woman Wednesdays. It could be your mother, your wife, a coworker, or any woman you know. Nominate them for a chance to win a special prize pack. Go to WBOC1025.com, fill out a short form, and tell us why they are so special and deserve to be honored. Then join me, Stinson, every Wednesday as I announce that week's winner. Working Woman Wednesdays, only on 1025 WBOC.
877-CALL-FIR, FHFIR.com.
Got a plumbing problem that can't wait? Then why would you? At FH Fur, we know how frustrating it is to be stuck waiting for help, which is why we offer same-day service guaranteed. Whether it's a leaky faucet, a clogged drain, a broken pipe, you name it, the expert plumbers at FH Fur are standing by and ready to get you out of hot water, or maybe into some hot water if that's your issue. Same-day service guaranteed, regardless of your plumbing predicament.
877-CALL-FIR, FHFIR.com.
It's now 6:46, and we are going to take a live look at Lewis and see what's going on there. Oh, man, Bob, that's pretty, but yeah, that cloud is really just right in our way.
It is. It's like, you know, just we're going to block the sun so you can't see the sunrise. That's what that cloud is doing. So we are seeing some of those dark clouds out there, Paige, and some blue sky as well. And we've seen a little bit of precipitation from those clouds. Had some showers moving out of the eastern shore of Maryland, but they're fading out as they're moving into Delaware. So maybe a sprinkle there. Otherwise, well, mostly cloudy skies across the area. And I have been watching this other area of showers and storms making its way out of Virginia. And now it looks like Chrisfield, you're starting to get into some rain, some lightning off to your south and west. So it looks like the southern tip of Delmarva will feel the effects of this little line of showers and storms, some heavier rain and some vivid lightning there. Otherwise, we have some clouds that are actually moving in from the north from an area of low pressure that's spinning over southern New England right now, and an area of rain from Long Island into southern New England. Some of that rotating into New Jersey. I don't think it's going to make its way down into Delaware and Delmarva. We'll just see some clouds from that. Then we have a little quarter of clear skies and then more clouds and showers across the Ohio Valley. So some active weather out there. Here's our muggy meter. It was a comfortable weekend, but now we're getting into more of the humid weather. In fact, very humid by midweek. And then look at this by the end of the week, downright miserable, pretty rough as we head into the end of the week. More on that coming up. But temperatures in the 60s and 70s out the door, and it has that muggy feel as the winds are coming out of the southwest. So some clouds and sun today, and by noon, temperatures into the mid-80s. At least there will be a breeze, making it feel maybe a little cooler, but by afternoon, we're into the upper 80s, some 70s from Fenwick Island up to Dewey Beach, and pretty breezy into the evening. So it will give you a little relief from that heat. And then through the overnight, partly cloudy, maybe a stray shower. As we go into your Tuesday, it's going to be quite warm again, but maybe a little cooler because we have cloud cover. Here's 12:30. We're looking at temperatures in the low to mid 80s, and by the heating of the day, it looks like we're socked in with the clouds, and that will keep us a little cooler, and then maybe a round of showers and some storms as we head into the evening hours. Not expecting anything severe. And then moving into your Wednesday, we're looking at, well, very warm conditions with upper 80s and lower 90s. Could see maybe a quarter to at least a half an inch, maybe close to an inch of rain for the rest of the weekend. Feels like temperatures mid 90s by Thursday, close to 100 by Thursday, and then by Friday, the worst of it, feeling like 103 to 107 away from the coast. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, upper 80s today, and then a little cooler Tuesday, mid 80s with an isolated storm, 89 Wednesday with some storms, and then lower 90s Thursday into Friday and the weekend, and some relief a little bit, I think, with some storms into the weekend. First weekend of August, by the way. We have an umbrella winner today. It is Billy Michelle Friel from Rehoboth Beach. Congratulations, Billy and Michelle, on your brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Bob, thank you so much. DENREC announced the detection of West Nile virus in chickens for the first time in 2024. There have been no human cases reported in Delaware for 2024, but DENREC says the risk will rise until colder temperatures arrive. DENREC is also recommending taking precautions. These include using insect repellent to avoid mosquito activity and wear light and long-sleeved clothing.
The Delaware State Fire Commission announced some new updated EMS protocols that are about to go into effect. And the goal here is to improve healthcare response in those critical situations. The new updated protocols, they cover a wide range of medical emergencies, specifically the procedures and treatments for patients. It's also designed to ensure a consistent approach to emergency care all across Delaware. These protocols are required to be reviewed and updated every 2 years. And training will be provided to all EMTs, and updated protocols go into effect in November.
All right, it's now 6:50. We're going to check in now with our Coastal Pet of the Day.
And today's Coastal Pet of the Day is telling everyone, hey, get outside. Get outside there. On your screen, that's Jack. Jack looks like he's enjoying a great time outdoors. He loves the sun. Who doesn't? And lying in the grass. Again, who doesn't, Paige?
Right.
Jack was submitted to us by his family in Millsboro.
Keep sending us pictures of your pets. We love seeing them, and tell us a little bit about them, what makes them so special.
Scan the QR code at the top of your screen to submit your furry friend to Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
Yeah, and speaking of green grass, we got a lot of that on our gutter helmet cam right now from all the recent rain, but then above, looking a little ominous with the clouds. Not expecting a lot of rain today, but some rain on and off throughout the week. Not a lot, but it turns from warm to hot as we go into the end of the week. Very hot, and I'll have much more on your July to August 10-day forecast coming up after the break.
Transform your outdoor spaces with Expert Wire. Safe, professional installed outlets for your porch, patio, or pool area mean no more extension cords. We make it seamless and convenient. Call or visit expertwire247.com. Leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, Coast TV, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
Thinking of remodeling your home's exterior? Leaving your home uncared for can lead to future damages and costly repairs.
Don't chance it.
Advance it. Whether it's building your outdoor dream deck or updating your home's roof or siding, we provide quality craftsmanship for all your home remodeling needs. Our experienced consultants will ease you through the process from the initial phone call to the installation, so you can find a look you'll love for years to come.
Call us today and ask about our summer specials.
Don't chance it, advance it.
Indonesian Grade A plantation teak is a tight-grained wood that is high in oils, making it highly durable and resistant to the natural elements. Windsor Teak offers a wide selection of chairs, benches, deep seating, and over 100 different tables in stock, including extension tables seating up to 16 people. And with Windsor Teak being a direct factory importer, many people are pleasantly surprised with how reasonable our teak is. Stop by our showroom and smell the teak, or check us out at windsorteak.com. And remember, teak lasts a lifetime.
Transform your outdoor spaces with Expert Wire. Safe, professional installed outlets for your porch, patio, or pool area mean no more extension cords. We make it seamless and convenient. Call or visit expertwire247.com. Leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
It's now 6:53. It's time for some things you need to know before we go. We all remember in late March the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Now, just 4 months after the collapse, the Maryland Transportation Authority is holding a public hearing to discuss the demolition of the bridge. The hearing will be held at the Baltimore County Public Library Thursday, August 1st. It's from 4:30 to 7:30. Written comments about the bridge will be accepted until August 15th.
Park fire in California, it's now burned 350,000 acres. The largest wildfire currently burning in the state has destroyed more than 65 structures along with it. However, firefighters have achieved 10% containment. The weather is also improving, making that containment a little bit easier. And according to authorities, the park fire was started on Wednesday by a man who pushed a flaming vehicle into a gully filled with dry brush.
Some well-needed dredging is underway in Ocean City. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has been running the operation since last week right outside a docking point in West OC. According to some boaters around the area, shallow waters have been a long-time issue. Some boats get stuck if they don't know the right way to travel in or out of the waterway. If everything goes to plan, the last day of dredging should be tomorrow, July 30th.
A $5 million grant set to help Delaware State University's Wesley College of Health and Behavioral Science support the Geriatric Workforce Education Program. The money comes from the U.S. Health and Human Services, and U.S. Senator Tom Carper's office says this money is in response to Delaware's aging population and the gaps that are in the healthcare workforce.
Today marks the 60th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act. President Biden will be traveling to Austin, Texas to mark the momentous occasion at the Lyndon B. Johnson Presidential Library. Back in 1964, when then-President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the landmark legislation into law that prohibited discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. All right, get this. A woman born without legs now holds a big skateboarding record.
This is wild, Paige. Yes. The Guinness Book of World Records says Kanya Sesser recently completed the longest handstand on a skateboard, 19.65 seconds.
Ooh, impressive. Sesser grew up in Oregon, is not only a pro skater, but a Paralympic athlete, actress, and a model.
And she says breaking the record, that was a life-changing moment for her, and that it's incredible she can have a positive impact on younger people.
Very, very impressive. All right, 6:57 almost now. Time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Yeah, I think we've been talking about it all morning, and Bob's back with us for that final check, but the humidity is about to kick in this week.
It is, and we've got the humidity and also a few showers out there right now, guys. I don't know if it's umbrella worthy, but we are seeing a few light shower sprinkles from Bridgeville down to Seaford right now. These have been moving out of the eastern shore. The rest of us are dry, and then this area showers from Crisfield down to Cape Charles, maybe some heavier rain and some vivid lightning. So if you're traveling south towards the bridge tunnel on into the Newport News area in Virginia, watch for that. Otherwise, there are clouds moving in from the north with an area of low pressure to our north. So we'll see some clouds and sun, breezy today. Temperatures warming into the mid to upper 80s. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. I'm going 88 today. A little cooler Tuesday with the cloud cover, 84, maybe a stray storm. Wednesday 89, and then it gets really hot. Lower 90s Thursday into Saturday. Feels like temperatures over 100 at times, and a few storms as we go into the weekend. Of course, the first weekend of August, and then as we head into next week, looking like typical early August, upper 80s, some hit and miss storms.
All right, Bob, thank you so much, and thank you all for joining us on Coast TV News today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
And we do not have Coast TV midday at 11 because of the Olympics.
And for even more news and coverage, download our apps. Have a great Monday morning, everybody.